Hi guys, Maddie here with the seventh part of how to make your own monofin. Sorry it's been so long since my last video. It was just hard to get back to it since school started and everything. So last time, all I had was showing you guys how to duct tape it and put the rest all together. I've added this part right here, so your foot goes in right there. It's glued completely on the back side and on the sides. I made it so that if I hadn't glued it right there and right there, that it would have slid down. So yeah, I want to make this pretty tight. This is where I sewed the elastic together, and I actually sewed it into the board, so in through the back and bottom. It's tight enough that when I put my feet in here, it moves with my feet. Okay, so what I'm going to teach you how to do is that exact process. What I have here is the elastic that I am going to be putting right here. So what I have done is I've put my feet in here, both of them, and then I have pulled down to make sure that it barely touches in the middle. So both feet in here, push down to make sure that it barely touches in the middle. So what I have done with this is I've made it a foot spot where my foot actually goes in this hole, and then goes like this, so that when I'm swimming my foot can't go back when it is glued like that. So what I did is, after I got the correct length and sewed it together, I put it on the board where I would want it, and I took my red marker and I drew on the elastic itself where I wanted it on the board. It's on this side too. Let me show you. Right there. That mark. Okay. And then what I did is that while my feet were in it, I made red marks of where I wanted this. So I had two elastics that were just like this, but the other one broke. So I'm going to show you how to measure a new one. So what you're going to do is you're going to stick your feet in here. And you're going to stretch this out and measure. You want it to be kind of tight. So I like it about right there. So I'm going to cut that. So for this whole process, all you're going to need: marker, any color of your choice, a needle, thread, any color of your choice. I'm just using black because it was the only one I had. Obviously, scissors. And then you are going to need metal or wire cutter with a grip here and here, so that you can push stuff together. And 1 to 2 bobby pins. I'm using these ones because I'm probably never going to put them in my hair. Therefore, I'm going to use them because you are going to be cutting and destroying these. So, what I'm going to do now is I am going to thread my needle. Dropped it, sorry. Okay, that is not in. I just poked myself in the leg, sorry. I don't know if you guys can see my face. So. Okay. So now I have an even one. Get it wet. Okay. So, put it through the needle. I usually stick it in something while I tie this because I don't want it going around poking me. If you don't know how to sew, it's not that hard. I promise. Okay, so I'm going to make sure it goes the same way as the other one. So I'm going to sew it tip this way, the rest that way. So I'm going to sew it in about the middle, the big piece. If you do have smaller, like less wide, use it. Put the knot on top so that when you're wearing it, it does not bug you. And just proceed to sew it. This shouldn't be. I just poked myself out. Oh, sorry. Okay. This shouldn't be too long for you. One, because you measured it, and 2, because it shouldn't be. Anyway. To tie the knot, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in right below the knot, the stitch that I just made. Go in one material and then in the other. Pull out all the way, because you have this big loop right there. You're gonna go through the loop once, twice, and 3 times. If you're wondering what stitch I'm doing, it's just the regular stitch that you would normally do for anything. Yeah, don't use a quilting stitch, because then it will just look really bad. Okay. Alright, so I'm all done with that. What I'm going to do is just cut off any extra string. Alright. So, mine looks kind of weird. Yours will look better because we'll have the same elastic on both sides. Alright. So, you are gonna just hot glue it like that. So, I am going to go get the hot glue gun and be show you guys how to glue it. So I have my hot glue gun ready, and what I'm going to do is put your elastic that you just did aside, and I don't know if you guys can see those red marks. I'll do it again so you can see it. Okay. Alright, so now you can see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a big glob of hot glue on the bottom one on both sides. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. Alright, now that I have applied the glue, I am going to let it cool for about 5 minutes, not that long, until you can touch it and it doesn't stick to your finger. So we're at that point right now. Now what I am going to do is put the monofin foot side up and make sure that you have it the way you want it. So the seam and everything that you want on the back is on the back, and everything you want on the front is on the front. So I've just done that here. What I'm going to do is glue this on with the sides. I'm probably going to pull it and then glue it, so I have a little bit of room right here to sew it down. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. Okay. So this is what it looks like so far. I just glued all of this down and then glued it on the side. Let that cool down for like 2 minutes. Unplug your hot glue gun because this process is going to take just a little bit longer. Take one of your bobby pins and you're going to pull it apart. Cut it. So you have two pieces. Now the part with the ridges, throw that away. Because when you are doing this, you want a straight line. Okay, and then to make it sharp, since I just cut that edge, so you're gonna pull off the little plastic thing on the end, if you can. If you can't, oh well, take it off. Okay, so on the part that you just cut, so that edge right there, that my finger was on, you are gonna do a diagonal cut on it. Trying to cut it so I don't have things falling everywhere. So that now you have a slight tip, and then you are just gonna repeat that perpendicular to that last cut you just made. So now you have what looks like a little tiny arrow. Ow, that's pretty sharp. Should know not to do that. Anyway, so what you're gonna do is right a little bit off to the middle, because you don't want to go through all of this glue that you have put there. So just a little bit off. You're just going to take this tool or a hammer and hit it so it gets stuck. It is going to come out the other side, so don't have this directly on your lid. Okay, so it just came out the other side, and it didn't come out far enough, so now I'm just going to push it. So, let's see. No, you can't. It's right there, and it's right there. So I'm just gonna pull it out, get back in. Okay, so you just made one hole. Now you're gonna make another. Now, if you don't want to go through this process, you can do that just for the sake of the show. I am going to ruin this lovely bobby pin. I'm being sarcastic, just so you know. So, but you can do the same exact thing, except where you just cut it, you are going to put it in about 1/4 of an inch, maybe less, and bend it so you have this nice bend right there. And then stick it like that. Okay, and then you stick your thread through there, and then squeeze it so that it's pretty much flush, and then just cut the other edge like I just showed you. So you're gonna do this about 3 times. Then you can just hit your needle through it. So I just did that twice, and I'm gonna do it a 3rd time. If you think you need more and you need to go like this side, that side, this side, this side, this side, that side, yeah, back and forth, go ahead and do that by all means. I'm just doing this because it is easier for me. Okay, so sometimes it's just a little bit hard to get through. Other times it's not. So now, maybe my needle thread. Real excited that I'm finally finishing this. You'll be really excited at this point too. Just remember not to rush it, because when you rush it is when you start messing up. So, make the knot go on the underside. So instead of going down, flip it over, go down. So go up instead of down. And then just go right through that. And then go through your first hole. best that you can. Almost there. Last time I tried this, I didn't poke the holes through first, so my needle actually broke. Wasn't all that fucking let me just tell you that. Okay. So just gonna repeat that by going through the second hole. Now, by making the holes with the bobby pin before, you make this process a lot easier on yourself. I'm just using a regular needle. I'm not sure the exact name of it, but you might not want to ever use this needle for clothing again, because it has rivets from being pulled in and out. This with that toy. So just try not to hit too hard, because if you do, I'm very sorry. So just go from the top, go through the middle one, from the bottom, go through, from the top, go through the top hole, and then in the back, go through the middle hole. Then when you're in the top again, go through the top hole again, or the bottom hole again, sorry, and then go through the back and go through the middle hole again. And when you're done with that short process, then you can actually get the needle out. There we go. Then tie or knot that I showed you should go through the hole 3 times. Okay, now why you sew it instead of just hot glue gunning it, is because if you just hot glue gun it, it's just going to come straight off. So when you're done with going through the board like that, go hot glue gun that. So I'm going to do that right now, and then I'll show you how to finish off the edges. Okay, so now you're going to need a lighter or a match to finish off the edges. So on the back side, I just hot glue gunned over where the stitches came out, and on the front side I did the same exact thing. So these edges don't fray on you, take a lighter and burn them. If you are not allowed to use a lighter, please do not use a lighter. Don't burn yourself or the house down. That's right, I'm saying don't play with fire. Okay, so I did that one edge. Now I will do this edge. Alright, so I already did these and the back side, so I'm done with the lighter. Then go ahead and try your monofin on. So This is exactly what I'm going to do. I have been waiting forever to finish this video because I am so excited to show you guys the finished product. Alright guys, so this is obviously the finished product of my monofin. It's working really well. So I hope you guys liked this video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe.